We had a slow 2 weeks, but we were off to the races and we kicked it into high gear and we got a lot to break down. So let's get into it. Hello, welcome back to Breakdowns and Bows with me, your host, ASOS. Please make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment, please. Talk to me, interact with me, follow me on all my social medias, TikTok, Instagram, etc. for all of your weekly updates and recaps. We got your metal news, rock news, alternative news, baddiecore, metalcore news. If you were living under a rock and need me to tell you what's going on, or if you just want to see what you missed in the metal and rock community, or if maybe you're just like, I want to see what's going on because maybe you just want a refresher of the week and remind yourself of what happened, then you're in the right place. So this came from July 1st. However, like I said, we're doing 2-week recap because of the 4th of July holiday. So I do feel really behind, but nonetheless, we're still going to get into this. So Northlane had said we got some good and bad news. The good news is due to the demand in our Milan show. We have been upgraded to the Mazagan Generila. I hope I said that right. The bad news is due to our new licensing requirements, we have to cancel our show in Bologna, as despite all of our team's efforts, there is no suitable venue that we can move our show to. If you purchase tickets, you can use that to attend our Milan show if possible for your travel. Otherwise, you can get a full refund at the point of your purchase. Now, I think, like I said, that's good and that's bad news. It's bad news because those who were in Bologna, they're not going to be able to have that show anymore. But the good news is that they can definitely use their tickets to go to Milan if they can travel. So win-win situation. I feel for them because it sucks, like your show did so well, but then you have to cancel another show that is lost revenue regardless for the band. And I also really want to say too is like, what if the Bologna show was doing really well? And then they were forced to cancel that show, and it had the possibility of selling out again. You're missing out on money. But good and bad news, pros and cons. So I came by this on accident. I was just scrolling on Instagram trying to keep up with what was going on and everything like that. Because, like I said, it's been a slow 2 weeks of metalcore news. Everybody's been really quiet, I guess, because of the holidays. It's July. Everybody's just been going pedal to the metal for like months now. So they're like, you know what, let's take a chill pill. But anyways, I came across this band named Borno. I hope I said that right. They said we have been removed from the upcoming shows with Sleep Theory at Dubai County Fair on July 31st and Epic Venue Center in Green Bay on July 30th. This decision was made without our knowledge and 100% is out of our control. It has been brought to our attention by you guys that we were no longer on the flyer for the Albuquerque County Fair. We had been committed to these shows since March. In the meantime, the Sleep Theory tour package added a band to their bill via buy-on. We had been told for over a month to sit tight while there was an attempt to get us back on the show, but ultimately we got kicked off both of our slots. We apologize sincerely to everybody that was excited to catch us at either one of these shows, and we are beyond bummed to miss out on the potential of making thousands of new fans. We'll do our best to get back to these cities sooner than later. We want to remind you all that we aren't assigning blame to anyone in particular, nor are we trying to hinder any reputation of anyone involved, but merely sticking to our word of stating full transparency and truthful in the navigation through this wild world we know as the music industry. You guys are you all got us here, and we are honored. First and foremost, you can still catch us at Rockfest, etc. So then I was like, well, what is a buy-on band, right? Like, I wasn't sure what that was. And I kind of was just like, what does that even mean? Like a buy-on band. But then I went over to Instagram. I had posted about this, and somebody commented and says, as someone who works in the music industry, this happens all the time. Buy-in bands are normal. It's how smaller bands with a lot of money get noticed faster. Which, pause. What do you mean a lesser known band that has money? Like, what? Like, you play shows to get the money. You play shows to make a living. Like, that's how it should be, but it's unfortunately not that way anymore. This could be a promoter issue, or there's a deeper issue with that band in particular that the promoter does not want to deal with, or they won't bring the venue the value that buy-on band with. So basically, essentially, either there's an issue with the band, either this buy-on band is going to bring in more people than them, And it was a lot of politics at the end of the day. And I'm still like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a wild situation. I do feel like it does kind of make Sleep Theory look bad, though, and make their camp look bad regardless because of this statement. And I get that that's not what they want. So, win-win-lose situation here. I do want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this, because I thought it was messed up and I felt bad for the band. And I think that a Bion band is just a wild concept and a wild theory. Me personally. Now, I've already gotten a lot of hatred towards all of my Flyleaf posts, and a lot of people they just know how I am with Flyleaf. I'm a big fan. They kicked off their tour recently, and there is some tea, there's some drama. There are some people that agree with me, thankfully, on this one. But the set list is really disappointing from my perspective, and I get what their tour manager said. However, as a fan, I'm allowed to feel disappointed. I'm allowed to my opinion. My issue right now, and from my perspective, is that I thought that they would play 80 to 70% of their debut album, because the way that it was promoted was that it was the 20th anniversary of that album tour. But they are doing songs from mainly their second album and their third album, sprinkled in with a few from their first album. And I'm like, you're missing out on Red Sam, you're missing on Breathe Today, you're missing out on I'm Sorry, you're missing out on Perfect. Like, literally, like, those are 4 songs that they're not playing on this bill, and those are 4 songs that fans really want to hear. Like, to me, when I heard about this tour, I thought that we were going to get everything. You know what I mean? And excuse me for thinking that we were going to get everything and that we were going to be blessed and grateful, but we're not. So here's the leaked set list. If you do not want to hear the leaked set list from Flyleaf and you just want to go to the show and experience it for yourself, skip a little forward. Skip a little forward. We're going to talk about Poppy set list. And if you don't want to hear Poppy set list, skip a little bit forward, and then we'll be talking about Motionless White, Bring Me the Horizon, and some tours. So their sold out tour set list was recently leaked by a Reddit user, and it contains 18 different song performances. And they put an X on their debut album, because like I said, they're not playing the entire album. They start with 6 songs that are not on the first album. About 5 of them are from their second album, Memento Mori, In the Dark, Chasm, Again, Fire, Beautiful Bride. Great Love is from their third album. Cassie is from their first album, which finally we're getting their debut album. Freedom, Stand, Cage on the Ground, that is all their third album. This Close, second album. Saving Grace, Call You Out, third album. Now we're back to their debut album, Fully Alive, Sorrow, So I Thought, I'm So Sick, and All Around Me. Ending on 2 bangers. Like I said, I'm really sad about those 4 songs not being on there, but I'm still really excited about this. I cannot wait. Countdown's beginning. Now, Poppy's setlist also got leaked. She is on her Constantly Nowhere tour with Landmars and with Thousand Below. I don't know why I paused, but her Constantly Nowhere tour with Landmars and Thousand Below. She's playing Have You Had Enough, The Cost of Giving Up, Concrete, Blue Skies, Scary Mask, Crystallized, Vital, Guardian, Negative Spaces, Eat the Hate, which I love Eat the Hate because she is playing the guitar in that one, and I think it's so cool. The Center's Falling Out, Public Domain, Time Will Tell, Van, If We're Following the Light. She has an encore of 3 songs. Hollow, They're All Around Us, and New Way Out. I think New Way Out is such a sick way to end the show. Her VIP package, I love it. I think that she gives out one of the best VIP packages in the game. She is also getting her outfits commissioned by a designer named Gloria, and I'm so jealous of every single one of her outfits. I want her outfits. I love that she's getting custom-made outfits for this tour. I think that it's amazing and beautiful. I just love the way Poppy looks, and I just want to dress like her every single day. Motionless in White is streaming #1 consecutively. It is insane to see this band's success. Chris Motionless said, I actually cannot believe that we're still #1 for 6 weeks in a row. The new song was supposed to be last week, but the new video is not ready, so we'll see you guys this week to see if we can land 2 songs on the countdown at the same time. Thank you all so much for keeping Playing God alive for us in the meantime. And then Billboard charts with Motionless in White put Motionless in White scored a 3rd consecutive #1 hit on the Billboard's Hot Hard Rock Songs chart this week with R.I.P. featuring Skylar Grey. This band has dropped has topped the charts in February with Afraid of the Dark, and in May was Playing God, and now again they are with another one. So that is so huge. Congratulations out to Motionless and White. You guys' success is very deserved. You guys have been a band in this game for so long. Preview the Horizon performed Count Your Blessings, Repented in full in Outbreak Fest. I had major FOMO. I wish I was there. It looked sick as heck. I love the Eve message before the show. I love the hype before the show. I thought it was super funny and exciting build up before the show actually happened. So it's really cool and really awesome. Tour announcements. Future Palace announced the Deep Blue Tour with support from As Everything Unfolds, Luna Kills the Defenseless. It is a European and UK dates only. I do hope that they come back again to the US soon. Flyleaf has been adding more dates. It's already sold out tour. Like I said, I've been getting so much shit on social media. People have been telling me to take down my post. I was just upset because they're coming to El Paso, Texas. And I just felt frustrated at the time because it's like their rollout and everything has been really confusing and really hard for me as a fan to keep up because I need to go to Dallas for my family. However, it would have been nice to know I had a show here and then I could go coordinate plans to go see my family at another time. I'm still happy I get to see Flyleaf twice. I'm not ungrateful. I'm just airing out my frustrations and my sadness. I wish that we would have had this full lineup because they keep adding shows to this, and I get it. Like, it's sold out, and they're probably like, well, let's keep adding more shows. But as a fan, if you don't see those already rolled out at first and you're seeing them after the fact, and you already made plans to go see them because you feel like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, you do feel kind of like, well, why'd you wait so long to announce it? And I understand that, things happen and everything, but it still, as a fan, is just like, I wish everything was just there already. And it's been kind of hard because things keep getting added. Like, they're added 2 Orlando dates. One is sold out, one is still selling for August 29th. So I'm still grateful and I'm still thankful. So sorry for airing out my grievances on social media, and sorry that people wanted me to take it down. I guess the current announced more tour stops in Australia, Japan, USA, please. I want more USA dates. I want them to come back to Texas. Blood Price will be going to the EU and UK in 2027. They announced more tour dates than I can verbally say, but you can see them on screen. Another band announced a tour that is not in the US because we have plenty is Dayseeker. They will be going to Australia next year in 2027. This is a sick flyer. Whoever designed it did a good job. I love all of their marketing stuff. It's amazing. New music. Bad Wolves is back with a new singer. There was some drama with the old singer. I don't remember the full details. I just remember that there was drama. Her name is Killboy. That's her stage name. She does not have an Instagram anymore. She did take it down. You cannot find it anywhere at all. They have a new song called Painted Red out now. Catch Your Breath released Rewind. I love and get confused by all the releases. I know you guys are tired of me talking about it, but I'm just trying to keep up with Catch Your Breath. I'm trying to catch my breath with them. Sylar released a new track called Lovely Days. I love seeing them back. They disappeared, and I was wondering what's going on with them, but do not worry. They have new music released again. Saosin released a song called Starting Over Again. What a title to a song. I feel this on a spiritual level. Future Palace released a new song called Tidal Wave. It is a very beautiful dedication out to Maria's little sister. They have a water theme, blue theme. It's very fun and enjoyable to see this roll out for their anticipated album drop. Now, The Plot and You completed their volume series and released a new track called Card. It's very tamed compared to everything else that they have released. I think that this is going to be a top album contender because the concept is so fresh and new. They rethought how bands release music and albums. They experimented and they paid off. Again, if you guys do not know, Landon hates albums. He does not feel like people listen to albums. They don't think that people appreciate albums. And so what Landon did was giving every single song on an album its own single, its own moment. And again, I think it really, really paid off for them. Miss May, I released a new song called Sanctuary, another band I'm pumped to see their rollout for what's coming next. They got me on my toes. The song is very heavy with riffs and really good drums. I love the clean vocals as always. I love the screams. I love everything in the song. I do want to ask you guys, what do you guys feel about a band doing a breakdown at the end rather than doing a breakdown throughout the song? I am mixed on it because it's like I like it, but then also I wish that it would have been a breakdown and a little bit more of the chorus and a fade out. But I still think the song's really good. I just always get mixed feelings about where a breakdown is in a song. Wild collab by Lakeview, they are country, and The Ghost Inside, which is our metal. It's called Kill Me First. Country goes heavy metal. I think this song is fun. I listened to 1 minute of it, and it was like country, and the next minute was heavy screaming. I thought it was really fun. It was just fun. Now, fun to lighten up the mood. Pop Sound by Rock Sound. It is pop's cover songs, and I think this is really fun and really cool to see that kind of get brought back. I wish that there was more heavy hitters on it, but nonetheless, I think that this is fun and cool. I found this band while doom scrolling What Lies Below with a song called Pale Shadows. Please go listen to it. I love to highlight bands that are lesser known because I think that everybody deserves a space in this industry. Nickelback made a comeback and they're teasing something. I'm gonna put this here with new music, but I'm trying to figure out, is it new music? Is it an album? Is it a tour? What is going on with them? Bring Me the Horizon has re-released their Count Their Blessings Repent. Ollie's screams are insane, and I do not get the criticism before this was released, because I know a lot of people were criticizing his screams, wondering if he could still do it, but I think that he's talented and incredible. And also, I truly feel like them re-recording it was a smart thing to do, because a lot of people actually don't know that they re-recorded it. A lot of people thought that they just reproduced it but not fully re-recorded it. They re-recorded it. Those are Ollie's fresh screams. Now we're gonna move on lastly to the heavy music awards. The winners were announced, and some of these I'm excited about, and some of these I'm like, come on, man. Best album went to Deftones. Best breakthrough album was Sleep Theory, which I agree to. Best UK artist, Architects, yes. Best international band, Blimry. Best UK live artist, Malevolence. Really? There's so many other good UK bands. Best international live band, Bad Omens, yes. They deserve it. Best breakthrough live artist, I have no idea who people are. Best breakthrough artist, President. Best international breakthrough, The Pretty Wild. Best album artwork, Landmarks, The Darkest Place I've Ever Been. That was all of the heavy metal rock news for you guys this week. I hope to see you guys next week. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, follow me on all my social medias. I will see you next week. Goodbye.